I feel like my husband was kidnapped with a deadly weapon and there was no due process.
A Turkish immigrant with a work permit spending nearly 7 weeks in a detention center after being arrested by ICE. Tonight, he and his wife are sharing their story. As Team 10 investigator Austin Grabish found out, the man is married to a U.S. citizen and says he has no criminal record.
Babe, I love you. It's not right. You are not a criminal. This is wrong.
With their faces covered, ICE agents took this 25-year-old Turkish immigrant away in handcuffs.
I feel like my husband was kidnapped with a deadly weapon and there was no due process.
Idris Demirtas says he's still haunted by what happened on this day last November. It's when he was separated from his wife, May Bovenzi, who is a U.S. citizen.
So sorry.
The couple says 2 days earlier, ICE agents showed up at Idris's uncle's home with this warrant for his arrest, but he wasn't there. When ICE couldn't find Idris, the agency requested he attend an 8 a.m. appointment the next day. He says it was the first time ICE asked him to come into its field office since he requested asylum in 2022 at the Texas border. Idris says he fled Turkey due to threats and physical violence. He says he was a member of a religious minority and not Muslim. ICE tells Team 10 he entered the U.S. unlawfully and was issued an expedited removal order by the Border Patrol.
It was so hard for me. That's why I wanted to come to the United States. I thought I can be safe here.
After moving to San Diego, he met May while working as a pedicab driver in Little Italy. Last May, federal court records say immigration officials sent Idris a letter dismissing his asylum claim without an interview. That's significant because most asylum seekers are first given a credible fear interview to explain why they're afraid to return home. The move was part of a broader effort by the Trump administration to make migrants who entered the U.S. illegally deportable. The couple says because Idris had this work permit that doesn't expire until 2028, they hoped he would be able to leave the ICE office without issue.
I went there with my lawyer and then I took to my old paperwork about my situation and then they just take me. They didn't ask me anything.
They put you in handcuffs?
Yeah.
I've looked at court records and don't see any kind of criminal record for you.
Yeah.
Do you have a criminal record?
No.
Idris spent the next 48 days in custody here at the Otay Mesa Detention Center. Inside, he says he met a restaurant owner and Uber drivers who were arrested while delivering food to military bases.
They're taking Uber drivers, they're working with ICE.
Last year, the Marine Corps announced ICE agents would be posted at the gates of some bases, including Camp Pendleton, as part of an effort to deter unauthorized access by foreign nationals. Idris says while in detention, agents encouraged him and other detainees to accept $1,000 stipends in exchange for agreeing to voluntary deportations. The Department of Homeland Security calls the stipends an exit bonus that's now risen to $2,600.
They told me if judge giving to you deportation, we are giving you 3 options: your country, Uganda, or Kenya.
Idris refused the offer and says he had to sleep on the floor for more than 2 weeks.
We were staying in just one room, 10 people.
They didn't have a bed for you?
No.
He tells Team 10 the food at the detention center, which is operated by Core Civic, made him sick.
Tastes not good.
The company responded to his claims and told Team 10 everyone is offered a bed. And Core Civic added it provides 3 nutritious meals a day to detainees, saying menus are reviewed and approved on a regular basis by a registered dietitian to ensure appropriate nutrition is provided. With no release date planned, May fought to get her husband out and visited him every Sunday. But the couple says what happened after those visits felt humiliating.
After our visitation, they would give every detainee a full strip search.
In January, Idris went before a judge and was released on bond. ICE continues to defend his arrest. In a statement, an ICE spokeswoman said a work permit does not convey any protected status, and the individual can still be arrested. As for Idris, the 25-year-old is now preparing to apply for a green card, which he hopes will protect him from being deported.
Right now, I'm not feeling too safe here.
Free with his wife for now, but still worried they could be separated again. Austin Grabish, Team 10.